Don't pay a quarter, don't pay a dime, don't pay a penny, don't waste your time. If half a penny is all he asks, don't give him any. Lay off his tracks, my half a penny is what he'll say. Still a steep price, just walk away.
Good morning, Hit Nation, folks, folks, and everything in between and beyond. My name is Roy, the host of Mahapanis, something that was actually born last year in 2024. And this is just going to be kind of a not a preview, how do you call it? Looking back at 2025 from a Heat perspective and just in general. First of all, I really appreciate, and I really do appreciate anybody that has subscribed thus far to the channel. It means a lot to us. And when I say to us, there is at least one more person, another person who's there, at least for moral support and some discussions. But the main one is Rafael Padilla Padpad. I think is Padpad is probably a nickname. Don't know, not sure. And then the fourth is a nickname, but is his name, Ernest. The fourth, Bautista, I think, or Bautista, Bataya. I'm not sure of his last name, but I know that both of them are two of the best people that I've met thus far online and in the real world. And I really root for them and I appreciate them a lot. So that's number one. Thank you for helping me edit a lot of the videos, for teaching me the tools to edit my own videos. Your thumbnails are a lot better than mine, but I feel bad that I have to constantly ask you for advice, Raf. So here is a big salutation to you. So from a Heat perspective, this was the year that the Jimmy Butler era ended. And I know a lot of people think that fanhood is based on how long you've been a fan. But I said it repeatedly throughout all of the videos. I think we have about 200 and almost 220 videos in the channel. And I said repeatedly throughout that fans are not measured by the amount of time. Fans are measured by their consistency. When they watch, any fan that watched last season and came back to watch this season unfold, is a fan. You know, if you're there when the Heat wins and when the Heat loses, you're a fan. And a lot of people became fans in the Jimmy Butler era. The Jimmy Butler era ended and they kept being fans. I know one person who became fans specifically only because of Kelly Olynyk. Here is my hi to you, Beverly. And voila, she's still a fan of the Miami Heat and still pays for watching when paying is not easy for anyone to understand what it is to be in the lower mid class like myself. But we still do it. And we kept doing it. So, and there are a few things happening. You know, Tyler Hero had his first All-Star. The Jimmy Butler trade brought us Wiggins, who's been impactful on the court as of late, and certainly impactful on the court defensively, more consistently. It didn't give us the same value as the one we had before, but if you look today at the numbers, they're not that dissimilar, and they certainly weren't in the beginning of the season. And we find ourselves right now at 18-15 in a new season that was kind of supposed to be a bridge filler kind of season, just like in a show, because we didn't have theoretically, right, in theory, we didn't have the personnel. And we got Normal Powell, and Normal Powell is playing is indeed voted number 18th in the East for All-Star. The season began with a bang. We played amazingly, then we lost 2 out of 11. We went back to 500, and now we have 3 straight wins, 126, 142, 147 points respectively. So I would say that we've come a long way since the Jimmy Butler trade, and that this year has been mostly positive for us. because with the trades that we've accomplished, I think, at least in my opinion, are trades that are um, that make more sense to our situation. I don't think that there's necessarily going to be a trade. I think that there's going to be something. I don't know that there's going to necessarily be a trade this year, this season. Sorry, because the year's over, obviously, before February. But I do think that we are in a better position for trade and acquisitions for 2026. Tyler Hero is a mystery. Don't know about him. We don't know about his extension. Michael Crawford, I think, put it. I think his last name is Mike Crawford. In our group, he's also someone that contributes sometimes. And he says he put the AI version of Tyler Hero is a certainty to be traded. We don't know. Tyler Hero is traded, and we already lost Duncan Robinson. Pretty much everything that made up the Jimmy Butler era is gone, right? Dragic, Duncan Robinson. Um, for the very beginning, at least, Nunn, right? He was kind of an important part of our runs. Mostly, also we had PJ Tucker, then Jay Crowder. Very interesting things that happened throughout the years, and yet, again, if you're still a fan of this team after that makeup is completely gone and destroyed, you're a fan. Are you going to be a fan forever? That's a question. It's a very good question. I support my team, Corinthians, forever, but I follow basketball now more than soccer because of certain things that happened during the pandemic. In the pandemic, we also lost Nelly. It's been 3 years. Not long ago that Nelly has gone from this world. And we also miss him. And when I say we also miss him, again, we opened a group on Facebook. And the very idea of Mahapanis probably would not have been possible had Nelly opened his door to the group that he was the main admin at the time and allowed me to learn and allowed me to grow alongside people. I've said atrocious and terrible things throughout my podcast that actually started again in 2024. So it's not like this is something, that we're celebrating a year right now. We're not celebrating anything at this point, right? We're just kind of, okay, we're going to go into year 3 of our existence, in which I finally found where advanced analytics are located and how to research for them when I want to. I haven't yet understood all the principles, but I'm getting there, and I thank Five Reasons Sports for that. I thank the people at Locked on Heat for that. I think Amir, he has his podcast. I'm now forgetting what his podcast is, because these are the people that I followed religiously almost, and I've seen what they say, and I try to learn from them. Brady Hawk, Digital Adele, Alex Toledo. I try to learn from them, from their knowledge of basketball, since my knowledge of basketball is secondhand. I have indeed never played or coached. I've just watched it. I'm very good at being a good fan. Had the pleasure of meeting Andy Nichols late in the second half and late in the fourth quarter, as you'd understand in basketball terms. And it was a pleasure to meet him, a pleasure to talk to him. Had the fortune of having my son with me during the difficult period of a divorce, and still having here with me right now. We're going to spend the New Year's together, probably sleeping, but together, or at least he'll be sleeping, but again, together. Um, Honestly, I'm grateful for the people that I've met, for the chances to grow that I've had, for the fact that I'm able to understand that I am insufficiently knowledgeable, and that I can actually go in the anti Dunning-Kruger effect, and I try to back up my positions with some sort of ideas, but at the same time, I jumble my numbers, and that's the way it's going to always be. Maybe, again, I'm going to change it to something like ADHD, Miami Heat, vocal fan, or something like that for this podcast. But whatever. Thank you so much for anyone that has watched my videos. I know how irrelevant they are in the current concept. There's so many good people out there creating content that know what they're talking about versus me. And even if I had one person watching, and I've had a couple of videos that went over 100 views, that's awesome. 50 subscribers, that's awesome. Like, um, we deserve it because we do it because we love doing it. We deserve it because we're doing it while I'm waving my son off to wait for me for just a couple of minutes until I finish this video. I still want to record, so that's why we do it. In any case, have Happy New Year to everyone. Stay safe, stay dry, stay warm, and stay as happy as possible in this very complicated world of ours. Let's go Heat.